Hindi po COVID. Kaya hindi po ako magpapakikita muna masyado ngayon. But I'd like to greet our French Ambassador, Her Excellency Michelle Bicol. Very gracious, and I've been through the French Ambassador's residence a few times, and very hospitable and cooperative, especially with the different engagements we have with France and the Philippines. The Poland Ambassador, Jaroslaw Vietnam Ambassador, Huong Huy Chan, and our hardworking DILG Secretary, Benher Avalos. We also have, of course, our former senator with the best sense of humor, Attorney Joelina, DILG Undersecretary Margarita Gutierrez, DBM Undersecretary Goddess Hope Libiran, our good friend, the very fair, very knowledgeable, and well-loved COMELEC Chairman George Garcia. Hindi porket na kaibigan ka, dadayain niya para sa'yo. Very fair yan. So, ang atin din, one of the founders and organizers of Rising Tiger, of course, my seatmate today, and my tukayo, Grace Nicolas. Pag hindi ko po nabanggit dito, I know nandito din si Yusek, who else did I miss? I guess, Yusek Anime, who's ever present everywhere. Oh, the brother of my seatmate also in the Senate, Paolo. Hello. Okay, so to everyone, magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat, and congratulations to Rising Tiger. You have very distinguished awardees tonight. In China and in many other parts of Asia, the tiger is a symbol of power and authority. It's not difficult to say why. With its claws, teeth, and physical strength, the tiger dominates with its fearful symmetry. Alam ko yan kasi ang Mandaluyong, Tiger City yan. Kaya tingnan mo naman, yung revenue and progress, di ba? Napakalakas. At alam ko rin, dahil yung isang anak ko, pinanganak Year of the Tiger. Kaya hindi ko kaya. Napakatapang. It has been used as a wartime metaphor, but it has also been used to refer to the Big Four economies of Asia in the 1950s. Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, and Japan. Their economies roared through government-backed, export-oriented industrialization. In contrast, the Philippines is usually counted among the tiger cubs, which have been rapidly catching up. The Philippine cub, in particular, has become more resilient over time. And today, in this room, we have the most inspiring, pioneering, and iconic tiger leaders from various fields. 2 weeks ago marked the 3rd anniversary of the first Luzon lockdown. Imagine 3 years ago na yun. To this day, it was the longest period of uncertainty for families and communities. It was a time of unparalleled economic loss, where 7 out of 10 enterprises closed and 4.5 million people lost their jobs. And yet, here we are today, in the midst of a remarkable recovery from the pandemic. Our GDP was estimated to be 19.94 trillion pesos in 2022, exceeding its 2019 value. On the demand side, household consumption has returned to pre-pandemic levels. On the supply side, wholesale and retail trade boomed by 8.7%, its best performance since 2009. This recovery was made possible by people who adapted and strived to keep this country going. It was made possible by various sectors working together with nothing but hope and determination. To use a term from the Oscars, lahat ay naging Best Supporting Actor and Best Supporting Actress. Many of them are in this room. Kayo ang nagtawid ng ating bansa nung may pandemya. Many of you as individuals or part of organizations took massive hits on your income and capital stock, yet you continuously dipped into your pockets to provide aid to those more affected and to keep your employees. Government did its share too in navigating the recovery. And now we must take the lead in creating a better post-COVID world. Thus, we are pushing for certain legislation. I, for one, am pushing the E-Government Act, which will capitalize on information and communications technology to reduce red tape. Kalaban yan ng mga businesses. It will also unburden businesses of the cost of regulations and as well as the unspoken tax of corruption. To this, we are adding the Better Internet Act, which will bridge the digital divide and provide internet service to the unserved and underserved areas. I would like to mention to you, there are talks of charter change. May nagsasabi, palitan natin yung constitution so that we can improve the economic provisions. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, from the standpoint of a lawmaker who's had the chance to redefine certain provisions in the Constitution, particularly when it comes to public services. With the Public Services Act, which I authored and co-sponsored with Senator Drilon, we are now allowing foreign ownership in major industries like telecommunications, railroads and tollways, and even in airlines, for example. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Dati ang pwede lang Globe at Smart at Dito Telco. But now, with this, we are allowing foreign companies to own telecommunications here in the Philippines. And guess what? After the minute we passed the Public Services Act, who is the first applicant to set up in the Philippines? Starlink of Elon Musk. So hindi po totoo na kailangan pa ng charter change para magkaroon ng tamang economic provisions. Nandun na po lahat yan. And if I may mention the other ones, the Trade Liberalization Act and the Foreign Investments Act. Alam ni Paolo lahat yan. I'm sure your mom and your brothers briefed you. So if you have any questions regarding those provisions, please, our office will clarify that for you. So with March being Women's Month, we also emphasize the role of the tigress in nurturing our tiger cub economy. By the way, kung kailangan ninyo magpa-check ng inyong luck this year, nakita ko nandiyan si Marites Allen. I think that's her. Right, Marites, a good friend of Sandy. Our women have a role in everything, everywhere, all at once. It is one of my advocacies to push for policies that would remove obstacles that prevent women from living full, productive, and satisfying lives. It is my hope that men and women together can create a better quality of life for our people. So thank you very much and good night.
Thank you so much, Senator Grace Poe. Please remain on stage for the